I'm going to read the closing to a really long poem I wrote in which I sort of had this long hallucination that I was in this really tall, enormously ugly building in Chicago that is called Chase Plaza. It's where the bank is. This is called Picaresque, but it's pronounced dead. It was on the outside, just inside 6 o'clock, as if the end of long obloquy were a cover syntax for the porno for your mother, that a J occurred at our penthouse slip atop Chase Bank far out in the city of loops, and we were taken away consensually. Themes of risk and reward played on skeins of coruscating bird thing, each suasion a rep in the endless syntax. It was tax day, in fact. We had the wiring. But there was no end. There was no thinking. Only attitude and suicidation. Her terrestrial knock opens the window's plate. Her shift, the world's sacrum at shift. Her beak, a bad streak. Her eye, a glass Navajo atlas. Her coat, a bedazzling oil sum of miscreants and chance. Her temper, a litigious tactic, but a symptom, too, of lactose intolerance. Her talcum, an outcome of aloe. Her rabbi, a Santa from Cairo, Illinois. Her pedantry, a coal of Morse code. Her only hope, a good return. Her breast conflated with death. Her breast, the exchange of formalities presented at impact. Her stethoscope impressed on her own heart, which is clearly her bailiwick. And a flotilla of fine feathers is seen to seek the market's bottom, whose situation supplies our parameter. The bird's reflection is none the worse. Her hoodie and the sunshade of a neighboring larch form the shape of the bank's uptick. The song is good. None of it is Miss Symphony. I'm wearing the pants as it happens and have the view, Peru. This is the last poem I'm going to read. It's called Epe Filet Mignon. Blackened in bed, but whitened in war, he hangs up his fatigues over a puddle of reeking cat's piss, wrenching around the covers to ponder your V8. He cannot wrap his head around the wicker wastebasket. Your house has no windows, your body knows only this video camera, but for a moment you grow larger than the cell, though the cell is larger than you, or me, or any one of us, and give the Haji head. We return to the aviator's dream of coming from the sky to declare martial law. The lines across your face form the insignia of a George Foreman grill. The video switches to blanching vegetables, events as they find another gear. He fetches 6 digits. There is a cataract at the back of the throat that asks nature if beggars can be choosers. When the reviewers come in, we'll use them for toilet paper too. These huts are on the edge of town, away from the error bulge. You have a family. Your voice can reach a certain patch of descript indifference, given to teetotaling in karaoke bars and hyperventilating like a rag soaked in gasoline. Raising the eyebrows back up, the music cuts mention of shivering teeth. To kiss whatever job your life flashes before our eyes, mouthing instructions, practically searing into gas stalks. Goodbye feels like making love. Employment is the aura totalizing the economic hardship. A cause is a mouth paste whose gauze attire is a summit at the White House. Bulbs of coronation flash in brute expectation, whose death pays lip service to every deal. Then downwards wards love. Lights lick blown reeds. Water is chewed out air. Putting burrs from her socks, blood rushes to the dead's recalled gravel pelt. She is a Mormon excuse for spring break at 90 decibels. I am her social worker. Let me pilot an episode Your muscles are screaming. No, your muscles are screaming, waiting to happen. Should dinosaurs see doctors? By pilot, I mean start screaming. There is a cancellation fee of $30 if you miss this appointment. That way, your appointment will have been canceled. So to start with, you'd be working, I mean screaming. You wouldn't be fucking breaking wind on the furniture, laying in bed, sucking office air, tickling baby feet. Those useless pounds you prefer to the organs of a body, crossing legs, resting head on shoulder, blessing gunmetal. It's hard to spill a picture, but beans are not the dream I'm drawn to. Are you making eyes or playing PS2? Creeping off with eyes there, peeping when I hit talk. You can't bar mitzvah a feeling. Pulling rabbits out of cats, white-tailed, Beverin, dwarf Hotot, Havana, Jersey woolly, lionhead, smoke pearl, Australian mist, ragamuffin from Abyssinian, Egyptian Mao, York chocolate cat. Try to inject a little humor into the faceless graffiti blossom. A uterine device does not cite, but excite its influences. We know you can sing ranchera. You have that ready to go in your throat. In the event a lame jack drops the entire chassis on your bod, my welcome is your welcome. At the onset of peace talks, reality sets in. Neighbors, my paraphrase for fumbling at airport security for your id. She is a common relief for detail. I am psychic in the photograph, struck while the iron was a sucked head exchanged for putter, humming when you placed my thoughts in that supermax. I told the time by my Bengali shoe shine. I was shaking like a building. Softness comes out loud, your gay fatigue creases into an attentive X, and the little Hicks reaction screws like a shock vac on the interrogation surface as I am fed the Olympic torch. I walk in the shattered contrast, in the busted, baited sun, in hot water, a stunt with anuretic eyes. That means I can't stop crying. Aline kneels from my doorway like a triceratops toy hung up in the world passed out to me. When you shot backwards, light screaming into thin air like a can of aerosol, I pushed forward on the swing, feeling them come into view, robbed of gravity, punishing the chains they lifted further along the rope nowhere, a tongue drawing on every advertisement, a flickering liquid manager tilting like a dial whose eyelid then wavers, rewound to all fours. Whirling your head around in alarm as through the injections of the afternoon flares broke camp for the reception of your welfare, we see the galaxy bend over the skit of haze and cloud and trip forward, conveying its gurneys to the terminal, disguise breathing down their throats with the Everest of teasing high salutes. Stuck blending their poses into the ground through the race, we take place in the coordination of our demands in the Gulf. Thanks.